or not. So it makes sense that they wanted to try to hold on to their political relevance here. I wanted to get your sense of this New York Times Siena polling that we have. Let's go ahead and put this up on the screen. They did some polling of Wisconsin and Michigan in particular, and they found a very tight race. Kamala Harris up 49 to 47 in Wisconsin, just 48 to 47 in Michigan. This is another one of those polls that had a large gap in Nebraska. No surprise, Trump leading in the state of Ohio there as well. They polled Ohio in the context of also polling the very competitive Ohio Senate race there. But at least in the context of this poll, this shows some tightening in those quote unquote blue wall states. Is that consistent with what we're seeing across the board?
Ever so slight tightening, I would say, across the board since the debate. And that kind of makes sense because you have high points and low points for candidates and tends to adjust a little more to the middle. I just think, not to be repetitive, because I said this last time I was on, New York Times is a great pollster, but they've consistently, with the one exception, the last PA Michigan poll, been missing a few, or not missing, but they've been a few points to the right of other pollsters.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they might have it right, but chances are they're going to be a little bit to the right this cycle. So having a small lead in those states when everyone else showed you with a small but slightly better lead, I think is honestly a good sign for Harris.
And what are you seeing in Michigan? Because there's a lot being made in the tightening here that this could have been from the Dearborn area, that this could be hemorrhaging among Arab Americans, Muslim Americans around the Dearborn area in Michigan, that when you have such a slim margin, it could wreck the whole state for you electorally, at least. Is there anything there?
I think it's a valid concern, but I also think this is a bit of a narrative that the Harris campaign and the Slotkin campaign are all about, because the last thing they want is their own voters in Michigan to not take it seriously.
Yeah.
And hey, Slotkin would love if national Democrats invest more in Michigan. So there's nothing wrong for Democrats to have the "I'm concerned" narrative, because it gets their voters more likely to volunteer, more likely to donate. I don't see too much of a tightening in Michigan relative to other states, other than a tiny post-debate slippage. It's a really competitive state that she's more likely to win than the other electoral, or than the other swing states, but I don't think things are falling apart there, at least not what I'm seeing in the polling.
Gotcha. Guys, Logan is going to stick with us and reveal the latest from his forecast, the race to the White House forecast. That's going to be available for everyone later in the week, but we're going to post that exclusively for premium subscribers right away, after we record it and post and all that good stuff. If you want to become a premium subscriber, we can put the discount back up on the screen. $15 off through Election Day. Just enter in that code BP2024 so you can avail yourself of that discount.
Like I said, see more of Sagar's face.
And you can see more of Sagar's face.
Looking like that, mischievous.
Is my blessing that I get to enjoy every day in here. Genuinely. In any case, all right, we'll post all of this, like I said, later in the week. Premium subscribers, stick around. Logan, let's go ahead and put your model.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.